Hey there. So, my name is Jennifer Staley, and I teach 6th grade ELA and social studies in Pennsylvania. I've been kind of toying with the idea of starting a vlog for a while now. I watch a lot of teacher vlogs, and I really, I get a lot out of those. I get ideas, and I get tips, and I get encouragement, and I think it's just a really nice community to be involved with. So I thought, I really should be trying to give back. And even if nobody watches my videos, I figure I can watch them in 5 years or 10 years and see how much I've learned and see how far I've come. So I kind of haven't vlogged until now for a couple of reasons. One, I don't really have a good camera. I'm kind of sitting with my iPad in front of a window for some light. So my quality is not going to be nearly as good as most of the YouTubers that I watch, and that's okay. If I decide this is something I'm going to stick with, maybe I'll invest. If you have some tips for, what I really need, like cameras, lights, whatever, leave those below. I'd love to see what everybody else uses, and then I can tell my husband that I absolutely have to have them, and yeah, we'll see. It's kind of scary to put yourself out on YouTube. I mean, people are going to judge me and criticize me, and that's okay. So for a while, I was like, well, no, I have to make sure that I'm like perfectly made up and my hair's done before I do a vlog because I just need to look perfect. Well, you know what? I'm not perfect, and I rock a messy bun pretty much every day, especially every day that I'm teaching because I like to sleep and I don't like to get up super early to do my hair. So why not be real? You know what? If I rock a messy bun every day and I look like this, that's what you should see. So sorry about your luck, but this is who I am, and I'm going to put myself out there. And, as far as mean comments that people may leave, or mean comments that I've seen people leave, anything that anybody's going to pick apart on me, trust me, I already know. I already know about it. I'm probably already self-conscious about it. So there you have it. So criticize away. And hopefully you don't. Hopefully you find some value in my ramblings. Another thing that's kind of been holding me back is time. And I know that I'm the type of person that when I put myself into a project, it kind of encompasses my whole life, and I can't let it go until it's perfect or, complete. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes with vlogging. Maybe it'll be good for me. Maybe it will completely send me over the edge, and you'll read in the newspaper about the crazy lady that went nuts because she tried to start a vlog. But hopefully that's not the case. The reason that I am kind of making this video, besides introducing my awkwardly weird self, is I kind of wanted to give some tips to new teachers. So this past school year, which was the 2016-2017 school year, was technically my first full year teaching. Now, I'm 34, so I decided a little later in life to go back to school to be a teacher, and I'm so thankful that I did, and I think this is really, really, really what I meant to be doing. So all of the struggles were worth it. So if you're sitting there and you're not super happy with your life, and you're thinking, oh, I'd rather be doing this, or I want to be doing that, or I want to go back to school, just do it. I can't say that enough. It's going to be hard, and there's going to be 5,298 reasons why you shouldn't do it, but the one reason why you should is you will be so proud of yourself, and you will probably be so much happier in the end. Anyway, back to my tips. I think I have 4 of them. Okay, yeah, 4 tips for new teachers. Tip number 1, find the job that's perfect for you. And I know that as teachers we're told don't turn down a job, and if you're offered a job, you need to take it. I was offered a job while I was still student teaching, and everybody was like, wow, that never happens. You're going to be hired before you have even graduated, and you have to take the job. And I did take the job, despite some reservations that maybe I had about it, but I took it because everybody told me to take it. The school was over an hour away from my house, so I had to leave my house in the morning before my kids left for school, and I didn't get back at night until after 5 o'clock, and that's leaving like right as soon as I was able to leave. So I was spending just all my time driving. And when you're a first year teacher, You needed that time. Not to mention the fact that I had kids and they needed my time, and I was spending all of this time driving, and it was just not working. And even besides that, I could have maybe overlooked the drive if it was like the perfect position and the perfect school for me. And you know what? It really wasn't. And it took me a long time to really kind of recognize that and to accept that. Now, I did finish out the school year, which is the right thing to do. But even still, I felt kind of like a jerk saying, you hired me and now I'm going to leave for another job. But it was really the right thing for me and for my family. And I'm so thankful that I had the opportunity to kind of be in that situation so I could figure out what didn't work for me. And that made me really understand what was going to work for me. So the job that I ended up in is actually at the school where I did my student teaching. So when I was there student teaching, I absolutely fell in love with the school and the teachers and the kids. And when I found out there was an opening, I emailed everybody that I could email and said, I have to have this job. And I was so fortunate to be able to get that job and be where I am now. So that's my tip number one. Find what's going to work for you. Don't kind of settle because you think you have to settle. Tip number two, find yourself some teacher BFFs. Now, when I was hired for my job this past year, I was hired at the same time somebody else that I had gone to college with was hired. And we had gone to college together, and we actually both student taught at the school. So we knew each other. We had kind of become friends. And so we were going through teacher induction together now and all that new teacher stuff that you have to do. So she really became somebody that I could go to with questions. What do I need to do for this? And this, do I need this induction paper signed or, whatever. But even beyond that, just like, oh my gosh, this horrible thing happened today and I can't believe how stupid I am and this was awful, or I have this idea, do you think this would work? Sometimes it's really hard to be the new person, and I was really fortunate to have somebody experiencing that with me. So we were like the new people together, so we kind of stuck together, and if I had a question that I kind of didn't want to ask anybody else, like I didn't want to ask my partner teacher because I didn't want her to think I was stupid, like a stupid new teacher, I don't know, I would go ask my teacher friend who was also a new teacher, and we would kind of figure it out together. So my advice to you is find yourself that kind of teacher friend that you can count on and vent to and kind of be a support for you. It really helped my first year a lot. Tip number three, don't try to do too much. So I'm really into ed tech, and I went into my job thinking, I'm going to show them all these really cool tech things that I can do, and I'm going to implement this, and I'm going to implement that, and I'm going to implement this, and I'm going to implement that. And it was way too much. I think I was overwhelmed. My kids were overwhelmed. I was, just doing too many new things, trying to pull in too many different technology sources, and it just didn't work. So I think what I learned from that is I really should have just focused on like two things, done it really, really well, and that would have been a whole lot more impressive than like, I can use this, and I can use this, and I can use this, and I can use this, but I can't really use anything well, and none of it really works. So don't try to do too much, especially your first year. You're learning the curriculum, so it's hard to be learning the curriculum and trying to implement all of these great ideas that you have. So sometimes it's okay to just kind of be by the book. You don't have to try to do all of these crazy, amazing things, right out of the gate. So that's my tip number three. Don't try to do too much at a time or right away or all at the same time like me. So my last tip, which is tip number 4, is to just be real. Be who you are. Don't try to be the teacher down the hall or the teacher that you watch on YouTube or the teacher that you had as a kid or the teacher that you always thought you would be. Just be you. Like for me, for instance, I'm super awkward, super silly, but it works for me. The kids love it. Most of the time they laugh at me, maybe not with me, I don't know. But I have a lot of fun and I'm just real with them. And when I have kind of like a dumb moment where I mess something up, I say to them, you know what? I just messed that up. And they appreciate that because I'm being real and I'm not trying to be perfect. And it's teaching them a lesson, you know, it's a life lesson that it's okay to be real and it's okay to struggle and it's okay to fail even. Just pick yourself back up and keep on going. I think sometimes as first year teachers, we feel a lot of pressure, like we're being judged by the other teachers and the administration. And I know sometimes I felt like, well, I want to make sure that they are happy they hired me, or they're happy with, you know, what I'm doing, and they don't feel like they made a wrong decision. But don't worry about that. They made their decision and they picked you for a reason. So be you. Just be real. And trust me, it's going to work out way better than trying to be, you know, the teacher down the hall that you think is amazing, or the teacher on YouTube that you think is amazing, because they are amazing. But you know what? You can be amazing too, being who you are, not trying to kind of emulate somebody else. So I hope you enjoyed my very first video. So be kind, please. Hopefully I can think of some more ideas for the future, thinking that a lot of my vlogs are going to be ed tech related. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you check me out, because I like to talk about some of the projects that I'm doing or some of the ideas that I'm having, and maybe you have better ideas and better projects, and I would love to hear about them and see what you're doing and maybe collaborate on something. That's the beautiful thing about technology. So I hope you enjoyed my video, and I will hopefully talk to you soon.